is the second in a series of events that have been taking place. The first one looked at the future of think tank communications in the digital age. The next event, as Nick has just said, is going to look at media and strategy and whether or not we're all just rent quotes, or should be. Whereas this event is actually going to focus very much on the research side. And we're going to be asking the question what we as researchers within think tanks maybe need to do differently or change in light of the social media environment changing around us. Clearly there has been a huge amount of change in the way in which we communicate. How's that for a platitude for starting us off at the event? But I think if I just reflect on my own career, the first job that I took in this sort of world, we had a dial-up internet connection. We only had one computer which had the internet on it. We used to send out press releases by fax because journalists didn't do email. And we used to send out the correspondence for meetings by post rather than email for much the same reason. I also had a pay-as-you-go phone that I was very reluctant to use because it cost me personally quite a lot of money, and it had an extending aerial as well. And your eyes do not deceive you. I'm not actually all that old, or at least I'm old enough to keep telling myself that. So the way in which we consume information has changed enormously through audio, visual, written means. Barely half thought through, half-baked idea can now be out there in the public sphere as soon as you can tap 140 odd characters into Twitter. And so we're going to be asking, what does this mean for researchers and the research that think tanks do, and the way in which we do it as well? Are the days of the weighty single publication at the end of 18 months worth of hard graft behind us? Or is that still what think tanks should be doing? And if that is what think tanks should still be doing, what else should we be doing around it? How can we use social media as a tool for our research? It's a great resource of people chatting out there in their own language and in their own ways. One of the things we're going to ask about today is how can we actually use that more as a resource? But also how can we use new media to communicate as well? And how does that change the way in which we do our research? Or, on the other hand, is this all just a load of froth? And is this the communications tail wagging the researcher dog?